You're watching ESPN's Holiday Hoops, presented by Kay Jewelers, and this is the SEC on ESPN. Outside a festive atmosphere downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. About 10 minutes away from there, come on inside the Food City Center. It is sold out tonight for the game of the night, college basketball. A top 20 showdown between Louisville out of the ACC and Tennessee out of the SEC. Both teams capable of winning their conferences. My buddy Jimmy Dykes, I'm Carl Ravitch. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying this holiday season. We got a really good one here. You got a team going in one direction. Louisville have won 2 in a row. Tennessee has lost 3 in a row.
They have, but in the big picture of this game, Ravi, last year Tennessee punked Louisville on their home floor. More physical, tougher. It has not set well with Pat Kelsey the last couple of weeks preparing for this ball game. Both clubs a little chippy in pregame. I think this is one of those very intense 2-hour games. Tennessee built on the defensive end. Only Purdue has a better offense in college ball than Louisville.
All right, yeah, Louisville wants to get this thing going. Tennessee wants to slow it down, but Louisville is going to be without one of their most important players.
Well, he's got a back injury right now that's going to keep him out of this game. What is that? How does that affect the game? He is their best paint touch guard, which opens up the three-point shooting for Louisville. That's a big loss. As a result, Ryan Conwell, the transfer, is going to have a lot on his shoulders to not only score, but run this offense from that point guard slot. PK says he's the best portal guard this season in college ball. 42% from 3, leads him in scoring at 19 points a game. He is a tough guy, man. Jacked and can flat out shoot it. And for Tennessee, Ravi, their issue has been offense in the 3-game losing streak. The last game, you and I were there against Illinois in Nashville. Jacoby Gillespie and Nate Ament, they combined 10 out of 34 from the floor. That won't get it done tonight against a quality team like Louisville.
There's a whole bunch of NBA GMs. There's a ton of scouts here to watch guys like Nate Ament, just a freshman, but projected to be a top 10 NBA pick. We are set for the tip, and it is Okpara who controls it for Tennessee in the home whites and Louisville in the road blacks. See number 6 on the floor for Tennessee. He's getting his first start. That is Dwayne Brown, as they have lost for the season. Cade Phillips, shoulder surgery yesterday. First shot, an air ball at the rim by Gillespie. Louisville starting 5 without Brown. It has Hadley, Conwell, McNeely, a terrific shooter, Frew, and Woolley. That is McNeely denied right there, and that's the type of play they need out of Brown.
I mean, Louisville early defensively really pushing that Tennessee offense out another 2 or 3 strides outside that 3-point line.
Amen passes on a 3. They don't shoot a lot of them, especially when you compare them with Louisville. 8 on the shot clock. Gillespie's got 5 now, and he's going to have to launch it quickly. And he does at the buzzer to knock down a 3.
And interesting, he does it not off of a ball screen, just created his own look with that step back.
Woolley right by him on the other end for a layup.
Well, I love the aggressiveness of Louisville, right? Jerk the ball out of the net after you get scored on and run it right up the backside of Tennessee.
Yeah, Coach Kelsey said, if we ever walk the ball up, we're not playing our brand of basketball, ever. Bishop Boswell goes hard to the hole, too strong, and the rebound, Louisville. And now a run on Woolley. McNeely launches. No good. Hadley may have gotten away with a push off. The Tennessee bench is up screaming. Another 3, misses that one from Conwell.
Louisville's making 13 3-point shots a game at 37%. If you're Tennessee, you cannot let Louisville get off 35 43s in this game. They shoot it too well.
Yeah, Amen with a big height advantage, and McNeely ripped it away from him, but they get the foul on McNeely. He's the Virginia transfer, and that's one way that Kelsey has done so well in just 2 years. The portal's been very good to him.
Well, it has, and he told us earlier today, and I loved how he put it, if you see that we got some bite in our game early, we're ready to play, because he didn't shy away from it at all, talking about how Tennessee just knocked them around for 40 minutes last year.
Alley-oop, and it's caught, and then after he came down, Amen goes back up with it.
Such a long, talented kid. Probably closer to 7 feet than he is 6'10" as he's listed.
Woolley step back 3, and he knocked it down.
They can all, those Louisville guards, stroke. They all think every shot's going in. Just a very confident three-point shooting team in black.
They shoot 37% from deep as a team. Woolley almost 40%. Amen into the paint, and he will get called with a push-off, an offensive foul against Nate Amen.
Well, it's okay to not be physical, but you've got to play physical, and that's the next step of growth for Nate Amen. And pretty good job by McNeely to keep his chest defensively opened up, and the call goes in Louisville's way. But Nate Amen, not a finished product, but again, learning, Ravi, to play through those contact plays.
Rogers gets the point guard role with Michael Brown not starting and likely not playing tonight. There's an alley-oop to Samantha Frew.
And a terrific pass, right? By Adrian Woolley coming off that two-man game.
Frew hasn't missed a shot in his last 3 games. He's 9 for his last 9.
He takes, makes, and those guys shoot 75, 80% from the floor.
And the game prior, he was 7 for 9. That was the game we did. He's 18 for his last 20. Boswell in the corner, he got fouled.
It's a common play in college basketball, that open corner two-man game. There's no help to come from that right corner to that roll guy, and you just throw it up and let a big athlete go get it. And Dwayne Brown got caught backpedaling, and Okpara just a half step late to get there.
Frew is a junior, 6'11", 250 out of Germany. 3 shots now for Bishop Boswell. The foul was on Ryan Conwell.
Very important that Louisville does not foul in this game. Rick Barnes has a team right now that's struggling to score a little bit, to find an offensive rhythm. Pat Kelsey told us we want this thing to be a track meet, and we cannot foul and let Tennessee muddy the game up and bog it down from that free throw line.
Early struggles continue from the free throw line for Tennessee. As Boswell's missed his first 2, they're a 72% free throw shooting team.
They're only getting, what, 15 points a game from that line. They're leaving points on the table in their 3-game losing streak.
Ethan Berg into the game, Jalen Carey into the game as well. Now for Tennessee. Carey is just an absolute wall of a human being. As they go full court pressure, they get the steal. Berg is a very good shooter himself. He wears 35 in white. Amen again into the paint. That's just impossible to stop.
And that's what we have not seen out of Nate Amen, and he's got it in his bag of tricks. If Nate Amen starts knocking down that 15-foot pull-up jump shot, Tennessee can finish in the top 3 or 4 in this league.
Kobe Rogers, he handles, difficult pass caught by Conwell. McNeely short on a 3 and Carey the rebound.
You cannot have a late closeout, a low closeout against Louisville at any point in this game.
Good hands underneath. Okpara, tough catch on a deflect.
And what a pass by Burke, right? He actually led Okpara to the glass through that basketball. Well, Okpara, he didn't have a decision to make. Throw it to my target hand, lead me to the rim. Really well done.
Tennessee shooting 67%, Louisville 43 to start. Jimmy puts on his bifocals. He goes all Professor Dykes on us when we come back.
Get a large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49 from Little Caesars. It has delicious breadcrumbs on a cheese stuffed crust that make it, what's the word?
It's crunch-tastic.
You read my mind, kiddo. Get the lowest price in stuffed crust for only $9.49. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
There has never been a worse time.
Sorry. We are hunting down my father, who is not a good guy, and found ourselves in need of food and supplies.
Get on with it.
Okie dokie.
Let's get lucky, shall we?
question. Would it help if I said please?
The General gives you a break to keep you covered.
Yeah, whether it's on your car insurance
Or taking a break from being the auto-tune guy.
For a great low rate, go with the General.
Ally helps millions spend smarter and save more for the things that matter most to them. That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent, the $7 box, extravagant, and the $9 box, indescribable, with the new Steak and Poblano Roll Quesadilla. Choose your Luxe Cravings box only at Taco Bell.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean. I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Enjoy the new car.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Just coming off semester exams across the country, let's give out some grades driving in college ball. The Big Ten gets an A+, man. Michigan and Purdue right there, best in the country. The freshman class, A+ as well. They lived up to the hype. Cameron Boozer leads the way. The Big 12, a solid A. I think they've got 5 legit Final Four threats. And don't forget about the older guys. If Cam Boozer doesn't win National Player of the Year, Braden Smith, Joshua Jefferson, Yaxel Lindenborg, they could steal it away from him, although I think Boozer is the guy that everybody's chasing. Just we're in a great place on the court in college basketball these days, and a lot of talent on this floor. When you see general managers right there at the end, 5 of them have cleared their calendar to come to a game. They're here to see players, and that's exactly what we got tonight. A lot of them here to see Michael Brown, who's out with a lower back injury. And what Pat Kelsey tell us earlier today, just ask your trainer, is he in or out? That's all I need to know. I don't need to know, is it a hangnail, is it a knee, is it broken thing? Is
Coach
he
the
in or
guys
out?
that are available.
Exactly,
That's
in or out, and let's go.
Are we playing or are we not? Passing big man into the game, that's Ali Khalifa. Keep an eye on him, number 15 for Louisville. And Kenai Roots, number 9, also into the game now as Pat Kelsey goes to his bench. Did you ask Kelsey to borrow his glasses for that segment?
I did. The kind of guy that he is, very cordial.
Yeah. Shared the sugar, just said give it back.
Short clock.
5 now, Roots in trouble with a big man on him. He's got nowhere to go. Now he launches an air ball, and that's bad coming out of the break. You look over at Kelsey, his arms are extended to the sky. What are we doing?
Yeah, just a bad offensive possession. We end up with a non-shooter going one-on-one from that 5 spot. That is a broken offensive possession coming out of the timeout, and he has been so good this year in those situations, and his team.
JP Estrella into the game for Okpara, and he will inbounds. He's been dealing with ankle and knee injuries. They hope he's getting closer to 100%. With Phillips gone for the season with the shoulder, they can't afford another big man to get hurt. Carry position down low, and he is so strong, he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Grab you a couple of really good post feeds. I'm talking about feed your post player so you're leading him to the basket, and that is so good. Twice now early in this game, Tennessee spinning that ball inside right to those post players saying, go get you 2. And Carey, he scores with his shoulders as well as anybody at the college level. A below the rim guy, but great in contact.
Yeah, and another free throw missed to start this game for Tennessee. Carey's a 50% free throw shooter. You see his production has come up in the last 4 games, in spite of the fact that the team has lost 3 of them. Tennessee 2 of 5 now from the free throw line, lead at 11-7.
Robbie, Louisville, 54% of their shot attempts on the year. 54% come to the three-point line. That leads the country. That's why I'm talking about here, Tennessee. Those closeouts have to be perfect in this game.
Middle of a 6-0 Tennessee run. Neely thought he had a lane. Good defense by Ament to deny. 5 on the shot clock. They get it low to Khalifa. And he lost it out of bounds.
So Tennessee, Ravi, they're guarding the 3 by guarding the ball. I mean, Louisville lives off of paint touch threes, and Tennessee just deleting the drive to start this game. You delete the drive against Louisville, man, you're in good shape in a ball game.
And early on, I mean, you can see the impact of not having Brown on the floor. The full court pressure, the ball movement in the half court.
Yeah, leads him in assists at 5 a game. And he fell hard in the last ball game against Memphis 3 or 4 times. Just that lower back, a lot of pain. They're struggling for the shot.
Close to a 10. No, they get it over with 9 having expired. Ament 3. A little too strong.
That's a great look, though. No hesitation by Nate Ament.
Conwell back into the game with the ball. And a mismatch. He blew right by Estrella and laid it up and in. Here's the little guy taking advantage of a big guy out top.
Yeah, he is so jacked, though, talking about Conwell, because he played through pretty good gap defense by Tennessee and just played right through it.
Ament too big, too strong right there, but he missed an easy one off the window, and that's been part of the problem for Nate Ament early.
Yeah, it has been. Just, again, playing through those body blow plays. Watch Conwell right here, because Bishop's going to come off Boswell 3 and give it a little bit of a hand help, but hand help won't work against a downhill physical dude like Conwell.
6'4", 215 of muscle.
He is a load. Tennessee, Ravi, 45% on the offensive glass, best in the country, because that offense is designed to always have 2 bigs around the rim.
They go low to Estrella, 6'11". Jump hook off the window.
They are just hammering the ball inside. Rick Barnes setting the rules of the game offensively this first half.
Too strong from Woolley, and another missed opportunity on the 3 ball for Louisville. 1 for 6 in the game. And another in the paint, 2 points for Tennessee.
What Pat Kelsey tell us, we got punked last year by Tennessee just being the more physical team. So far, the same thing.
Conwell, another one. 1 for 7. In the paint, another layup for Tennessee. What an effort by Boswell. And a travel against Louisville. They've come into this sold-out Food City Center, and the Volunteers are imposing their will.
Boy, Tennessee has been a hungry, determined, competitive offensive team, especially off of their defensive stops. Rick Barnes has had 9 days to stew with his guys that were losing 3 in a row. And they have come out with an edge.
17, 9, 12 of those 17 for the Vols inside the orange paint.
What kind of gift can $29 get you these days? It could send someone overseas. Drop them in their ancestral village and give them a taste of their heritage. From mom's side and dad's side. It can open a whole new world of faraway places and fascinating people that make them who they are today. That's a big gift for a small price.
Tonight at 9 Eastern Time over on ESPN2 and on the ESPN app. Another freshman phenom, Darren Peterson, who's been in and out of games with injuries. 17th ranked Kansas gets Towson at Allen Fieldhouse. As a lot of teams get set next couple of days before Christmas and immediately after for their conference season.
The star of the weekend was Melvin Council Jr. from Kansas, doing everything to get that win at NC State, a team you and I will see on Sunday, Will Wade squad. But Melvin Council Jr. didn't care. He had 36 points, 9 threes, and NC State allowed him to score about every which way you can imagine. But salute to Melvin Council Jr., who's been on a long journey now on the big stage in the Big 12 this year.
And Pat Kelsey's now brought Kason Pryor in. Saw him last year in Atlantis go down with a terrible injury. He's feeling good. They go down again. Wow, a one-handed catch. And Estrella gives him their 13th and 14 points in the paint.
The pass was good, but the pause by Estrella were great.
A 14-2 run, and you mentioned the intensity. A near tackle and takedown on the baseline gets a foul against the
Vols.
Vols.
Estrella sets that middle ball screen and just dives out of it, and there's no black jersey to tag that roll man out of that middle action. The pass by Carey was good, but the soft paw for Estrella to go get it and control it. Special.
Foul on Amari Evans into the game. That's his first. Volunteers a much bigger team defensively, causing all sorts of problems with their length out front than these three-point attempts. Now a drive to the bucket that's laid up and in, and that's an aggressive take by Adrian Woolley.
Yeah, a good shot fake. Make that defense respect your three-point shot. But if you're Tennessee, you're okay with making Louisville take tough twos as opposed to open threes.
Gillespie went sky high with it, no good. Carey into the first row, kept it alive in the hustle by Gillespie. Sets up Estrella for a rare three that's no good. 3-on-3. Conwell, and that's denied into row one by Estrella. It is 19-11 in favor of Tennessee, under 12 timeout. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Kay, the official partner of couples who love the game. And The General. The General gives you a break on car insurance when you need it most. Jimmy Dykes and I back to the Food City Center right after this.
The Tennessee Volunteers. And now is our time. Time for unbeatable experiences, for bold innovation, for historic moments. It's time to do what Vols do best. More life-changing research, more problem solving, more lighting the way. We have what it takes. It takes a volunteer.
Right here, champions take flight on the game's biggest stage. Everything's on the line.
Oh, it feels like the national championship is anyone's game to win.
NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship. Semifinals, Thursday on ESPN.
Ravi, 14 of Tennessee's 19 points in this game have come from right at the rim in the paint. Rick Barnes is the guy over the years. There's a reason why he's tied for first in the country among active wins. He gets that ball inside, especially early in games, and sets the rules. And they will test you. If you can't hold us on the inside, we're going to keep coming downhill at you. Now, another part of this game, Ravi, Tennessee's only turned it over one time.
Yeah.
Now, I was at Tennessee's practice on Friday. Rick Barnes put 10 balloons up.
Yeah.
And he said, pop a balloon for every turnover we have. Once we run out of balloons, we start running. And you get what you emphasize in practice. And so far, Tennessee's been very good with the basketball.
How many balloons got popped?
The day that I was there, all 10.
So they ran.
And they ran a lot. You know where else we saw that? Eric Musselman did it at Arkansas. Texted with Eric today about it, and he said, same thing. You emphasize it.
Great hands, Jimmy. That led to this run out. And another layup inside.
The 5 turnovers now for Louisville. You cannot do that against Tennessee. Can't do it against anybody, Ravi.
Nope. Amari Evans got his hand in there. You know, I think Pat Kelsey preaches, we win when we have assists. They have 1 so far in the game. 1 assist. They're going to get Evans that time. Aggressive and a collision with Boswell. And he goes down to the ground. Although Evans wasn't waiting for him to get up on his own.
Nope. Yeah, that Tennessee defense is hot. We talk about competing on both ends of the floor. That's the culture of Tennessee, and they get out and run. I'm a big fan of Amari Evans, that kid right there. Just a true freshman, but he's physical. He talks. He gets on the glass. He's coachable. More and more playing time in front of number 1 in white.
Well, Amari Evans takes a seat with the second foul. Amari Abram is now in, wearing a unique number 77.
Well, Tennessee's had good ball pressure, and a lack of ball pressure allows a non-player to be a player.
Conwell needs to see one go through the basket, and he does there.
You give him just a little bit of airspace, he's going to rise and fire.
whole bunch of dribbling at the top, guarded by Rogers. So now we got 8 on the clock. Now 3. A blow by and a teardrop comes up short. And Conwell right away fires again. That one is off. He's now 2 of 7 from deep.
You're playing with fire, though, if you let Louisville continue to shoot him.
Abram missed a quick one of his own. This is more Louisville pace, so Pryor will fire. That's no good. Poor shooting right now at the Food City Center, both teams. Amen. Kick, try it again. No good. Amen went up for it, and that's out of bounds off Louisville.
And what a find, though, by Nate Amen. To be that long and that tall and that under control with his body, Ravi, to make that sidestep instead of forcing a tough 2 at the rim. Fired a pretty good strike on the other side. Watch Amen right here. That's a 6'11" guy that goes into the contact, but has the presence in the field to keep that ball moving for that backside bomb attempt.
Louisville is 2 of 11. That's 18% from three-point land. Live and die by it. Conwell takes a seat. Carey back in for Tennessee. And Ament will get fouled against Rogers. That's 6'10" Nate Ament. And Kobe Rogers is given up. He's 6'3", 7 inches.
Right, to your point about Louisville, only 36% of their overall points come from the 2-point part of the floor. That's number 360 out of 366 schools. So if they can't get to the paint and get that 3-ball going, you have really clamped them down if you're Tennessee.
Carey throws it up with his left, so he'll go and get it. One of the best offensive rebounders in the country. Picks up his own garbage.
No doubt, that big right shoulder.
Frew just went down like a bull in a china shop, and he traveled.
Talk about Jalen Carey on the glass. He is so good at getting his own miss. But he scores with his shoulders. He's a below-the-rim athlete. But he's going to miss it and go get it. Just has a terrific feel. But watch his right shoulder, right, boom, right there. Just knocks that defender off enough to create some space. And he is a load. Looks like an SEC tight end, does he not?
Does. 6 turnovers for Louisville. In the absence of Michael Brown, a top 10 projected NBA draft pick, out with a lower back injury is certainly one of the reasons they have 14 points with just under 9 to go. Amen, a massive height advantage. Throws up one, no good.
Ravi, Nate Ament plays too tall. He's got to learn to play smaller and lower. That will make him a more physical offensive force.
We're going to get a foul. I was going to go back to that. So what do you mean play lower, play smaller? How do you do that?
Well, he's 6'11", but he plays too upright. I think Rick Barnes is telling him the exact same thing right there, yes. That last play, you can't drive in there and continue to be a 6'11" guy. There's too much contact, too many bodies, too many hands coming in on you. He's got to go from 6'11" to 6'3" and play low and strong. But again, he's not a finished product. An absolute 5-star as a kid, takes everything to heart from Rick Barnes.
You know, and we talked about all the scouts here and the GMs. Seemingly, regardless of his performance in college, they know what he projects to, and they love him at the next level.
Well, again, he's all of 6'11". He's extremely coachable. He's got a great, not good, a great camp around him in terms of his parents, trainers, people like that. He's hearing all the right messages, but you're projecting Nate Ament, if you're a GM tonight, where's he going to be in 2 or 3 years when that body continues to develop? And he does understand you don't have to be the most physical, but you got to play physical. Steph Curry, guys like that are a good example of it.
Trey Henderson into the game. Amen out with 2 fouls. 23-16, 8 1/4 left in the first half. Parr sets the high screen, then rolls. Instead, they go to Carey. What a pass by Gillespie.
Talk about playing low and strong. And Tennessee's ran more ball screens in this first half than they maybe have in any half so far. And they're having some success turning the corner, finding those rolls and those post-ups.
20-8. Tennessee has outscored Louisville in the paint.
Hey, Ravi, that's a 5-man Akpara guarding the point guard right now.
Conwell freed himself and found the bottom.
He will make you pay for every mistake on a DHO, a ball screen. He just needs a little bit of a look at that rim. And again, you switch out low or short closeout, Louisville sees money from that three-point line.
Conwell has 8 of the 19. Last trip down, you mentioned it, Carey, he went with his own version of the tush push. Just cleared an entire space out with his backside.
Well, he's got a big backside to work with.
He's open again. Tennessee is killing Louisville in the paint.
Yeah, they are playing muscle ball on the inside in this game so far.
So they tried 53. Miguelis Zugris, he's into the game, has a big body.
He looks like a guy that would foul. Does 53 in black.
Through Zugris, look out.
He got fouled.
That's a heavyweight collision right there as Carey ends up taking down Zugris.
Rick Barnes has used some ball screen for different reasons, but one of them is to get that ball inside. Jalen Carey has scored the last 6 for Tennessee off of a ball screen. Keep that ball alive, bring it to the left side of the floor, and Jalen Carey with the shoulder finishes. And there's Carey again, just creeping around that backside, playing possum, making you pay.
With Daisy sour cream, every bite gets better. Every dollop, every squeeze, every moment together. Mix it in, bring the fun. You can never get enough when you do a dollop of Daisy. Good food tastes better with a dollop of Daisy. Do a dollop, do a dollop, yeah. Everything tastes better with a dollop of Daisy.
This holiday season and all year long, Lowe's partners with local communities and our 26,000 veteran associates to bring hope to those who need it most. Plus, our everyday military discount helps veterans do more with less, because serving those who served us is how we make a lasting impact.
Open your eyes bigger. Panorama by L'Oreal Paris, a multi-level bristle brush to catch every single lash. Corner to corner, bigger, wider. See life in Panorama, because you're worth it.
PlayStation.
12 teams, 1 champion. The wildest playoff in sports begins. The college football playoff first round. Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern and all day Saturday.
When my hair started thinning, I didn't want to hear the wisecracks.
I was ignoring my hair because I was a full-time working mother, but luckily I found Nutrafol.
My hair was getting stronger and thicker.
I finally feel like myself again.
Fish, are you certain that's a good idea?
Yeah, I'm just gonna zap it for 20 seconds.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. So when you need the right high-quality promotional products, printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time, that's the certainty of 4imprint. Wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team by visiting 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Force Factor Creatine Gummies build muscle and strength, improve recovery, and boost cognitive function. Why? Force Factor Creatine Gummies contain 5 grams of clinically studied creatine monohydrate in each delicious serving. Search Amazon now for Force Factor Creatine Gummies.
Well, Tennessee and Louisville, and this game has been very easy to watch and break down as an analyst at home. It's all about the points in the paint. And again, the absence of Michael Brown, the superstar freshman point guard, out for Louisville.
It's a big hit because Louisville, again, they live off the paint touch plays, which opens up those three-point shooters. And Brown is the best that Pat Kelsey has to do it. He's out tonight. But Tennessee's defense, though, they're locking up those other 5 spots regardless of who's in and who's out. And if you can't go by these Tennessee guys, they just smother you and take away that drive. Ravi, it's interesting that Louisville talked about they lead high majors taking 55% of their shots from 3.
Yep.
No team in the Ken Palm era has won a national title if they've taken over 50% of their shots from 3. But Villanova got close back in 2018, picked like 47%. But you don't have that inside game, as our friend John Calipari says, your team's a fraud. I'm not saying that Louisville's a fraud, but they've got to find some stuff on the inside.
Hard to string that many wins together in the postseason and the tournament. As you take a look at their shot selection, 56% from 3. You just brought it up. Really hard to win a national championship. Alabama's another team that tries that. More and more teams shooting the 3 more often. Conwell, difficult shot, and tipped up by Frew, no good. Tennessee with a rebound.
They have scored off of their stops at a pretty good pace in this game, Tennessee.
Think about the last couple of championships, whether it's Connecticut or Florida, not 3-point dependent tems.
No, look at those. Look at Michigan right now. Look at Arizona right now. Look at Gonzaga. But all those teams, 55% or more of their points come from the 2-point part of the floor.
Bird with 4 on the shot clock. He can't get it to go. Defense there by McNeely with a little bump. McNeely, the Virginia transfer. Relocates to the top of the key. Threatens the shot. And they're going to get a reach-in foul on Gillespie.
Ravi, I've talked about this before, but as much speed as Louisville brings the ball with in transition, if you're Tennessee, a bad matchup is better than no matchup in conversion defense, and they've done a pretty good job of that so far.
First foul on Gillespie will send Louisville to the free throw line. A one-on-one for Adrian Woolley, transfer out of Kennesaw State, the sophomore at 6'4", 200 pounds. He hit 5 threes in their win against Memphis, all 15 of his points. Knocks down the free throw.
And he makes 18 in that ball game. Louisville did.
Yep. They went with the philosophy that Nate Oates and Alabama have used, and it really didn't come after the loss to Tennessee, but this concept of hard hats. We got to play more physical, and they've gotten a couple of very good wins out of that.
Well, you and I saw them at Arkansas a couple of weeks ago in the challenge, and they got out tough there, and that's straight from Pat Kelsey telling you and I. You and I still, we love Louisville. We told Coach today, like, there's a lot of things. I think they are right there with Duke when it's all said and done at the top of the ACC.
Estrella, who had some productive minutes in his first stint, is in, and the Kevin McHale-type little jump hook drops.
No doubt, Rick Barnes has made a living over the years of teaching guys that high release at the highest point. It started back at Texas, and you watch Kevin Durant play, he still has that high flick of the wrist shot. I think there was already a delay of the game call against Tennessee, right? And they messed with the ball again, and that's what Pat Kelsey's on those officials about.
He got William Covington to buy it. Covington was the guy who heard what Kelsey said. And the messing with the basketball, according to the official William Covington, sends Conwell to shoot the technical, and that's off.
So Tennessee gets caught. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a team that you know wants to make it a track meet to mess with the ball a little bit if you can, but they've already had one warning. Now the second one is an automatic technical foul, and a good job by Pat Kelsey, by the way. He knows the tricks that teams try to use to slow him down. A good job by he and his staff to be on top of it.
Jimmy, as dominant as Tennessee has felt like they've been tonight, it's an 8-point game, and there's 5 minutes to go in the first half.
No doubt. And the longer Louisville plays this game without Brown, the more comfortable and more in a rhythm you think they might get.
Estrella with some good help there. Frew relocates down in the box. Working on Estrella. A lot of contact, nice. But he spins with the right.
Against one of Tennessee's better inside post defenders, Estrella. Just would not give up on the fight.
6-point ball game.
Empty corner.
Gillespie. Nearly hit the Food City Center roof. Loose ball goes to Conwell, who pushes. Kanai Roots leaves it to Woolley. And the crowd wanted a travel, but instead they're going to get a foul on Henderson.
Man, Louisville races that ball up, though, don't they? Because that foul occurred with 24 or 5 on the shot clock. I mean, they bring it with speed. And if you're late recovering with a bad angle like Henderson was never squared up. And those straight line drives, the contact is going to get called on that defender every single time.
Free throws for Woolley, who is a near 90% free throw shooter. Rick Barnes about to bring 3 volunteers into the game. Next here on ESPN, the IS4S salute to the Veterans Bowl. Troy will get the nation's leading rusher. His name is Cam Cook. He plays for Jacksonville State. 2 Alabama schools from the historic Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. Next year on ESPN, the IS4S salute to Veterans Bowl.
Good for Cam Cook. Led the nation in rushing. Didn't get an invite to the Heisman, though, huh, I guess?
He did not. Woolley gets the second one to roll in, and just like that, it's a 5-point ball game.
Ravi, how about the fact that these days Nebraska is a basketball school and Indiana's a football school?
I thought you were going to say in Vanderbilt's a football school.
So they are too.
Bird can't get it to go. 3, now 4 on 3. Hands there from Carey. What a job. Abram has the trailer, leaves it forward, and a foul at the rim.
Great hands, not good. Great hands by Jalen Carey, who is an absolute horse. And those guys 30 feet out from the rim seldom make plays like this. But Jalen Carey has learned to compete on the defensive end under Rick Barnes. And they get out and roll. And a nice find, 77 in white to 23 in white, gets Tennessee to the stripe.
At Burger King, you write the rules of value.
New rule number 82, everyone gets what they want. Now we choose the deal. So I get exactly what I want, and so does the Picky Princess.
There's something for everyone with the $5 duo or $7 trio.
How's everybody feeling tonight? I'm recently separated from my wife. I think that she's seeing someone. Worst case, he surfs.
What I like about you, it comes out of your head, you put it on a piece of paper, and you get up there. It's like therapy.
So I'm the only one who doesn't know you do this?
You know when your wife gets really quiet and you gotta guess what's wrong? Oh, come on. I thought this was a comedy.
Is this thing on?
Next time, a few more jokes.
Rated R.
Fairlife Chocolate Ultra Filtered Milk brightens all your holiday traditions. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a delicious taste, Fairlife makes any moment magical. Fairlife.
Turbo sings, quattro cleans, racing all the way. Oh, what fun it is to drive when an Audi leads the way. What fun it is to drive along in an Audi every day.
Lease a new 2025 Audi A5 Premium for $499 a month during the season of Audi.
That's Wayne Gretzky.
Who's Wayne Gretzky?
He was accepted into the Hall of Fame.
That's nice. But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere. No, I got it, Dwayne Jetski.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Get a large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49 from Little Caesars. It has delicious breadcrumbs on a cheese stuffed crust that make it, what's the word?
It's crunch-tastic.
You read my mind, kiddo. Get the lowest price in stuffed crust for only $9.49. Little Caesars is the
The Jeep halftime report is on the way. Coming up, wait till you see how many Duke fell behind by tonight. Plus, Kansas without its star again. Huck, how does Louisville continue to generate offense?
Well, they've adjusted now. I like what they've done over the last 3-minute stretch without Michael Brown. Don't settle for threes and keep Tennessee out of the paint, force them into perimeter jumpers.
I was talking to Jimmy Dykes yesterday. We talked about Tennessee having to play with more force, play in transition, play ahead of the defense. Don't get stuck in the half court. The first 10 minutes, Jimmy, they were playing exactly the way I thought they should play. Now, the ball's getting a little stuck and you're getting pushed out.
Yeah, Seth, we know Tennessee can get stuck offensively. They're kind of stuck right now, honestly, the last 2 or 3 minutes. And other than Gillespie, for the most part, he's the one guy that can go by and grab a piece of that paint and get the defense in rotation. So Tennessee, Ravi, they're so heavy on off-ball screen action, power plays to throw the ball on the inside. But they have not shot the free throw well all year. No. Leaving a lot of points on the board.
Tennessee's missed their last 7 shots from 3. As Carey tries to make it a 6-point lead, and he does. I thought you were going to stop your sentence with they're just heavy. Like they are physically winning this battle because they're just bigger and stronger right now.
They are. But good news for Pat Kelsey. Louisville actually leads 13-12 on the boards. That's a big, big number that he was so concerned with this morning.
Yep.
Tennessee only 1 turnover. Rick Barnes popping those balloons has paid off.
Good look to Khalifa, and another deflection by a volunteer defender. Corner 3, no good. Carey uses that body to box out Khalifa.
Just owned his spot on the weak side.
And part of the reason Louisville has the rebound advantage, Tennessee's not missing many shots because they're all in the paint.
Bad foul. A really bad foul. I mean, your defense has tightened up in the last 2 or 3 minutes. You're going to foul 35 feet from the rim.
Willie picks it up, 6th foul against Louisville. Next one will get him to the free throw line. Last 3 minutes critical in this game. It's only a 6-point Tennessee advantage despite all the underlying numbers showing they should be up by way more.
Yeah, ball screens have been good for Tennessee offensively.
They got 5 and they are way away from the basket. Offensive foul of Gillespie as the Cardinals are turning up their defensive intensity.
Terrific job by Kobe Rogers, this former starting point guard at College of Charleston for PK, but he just jumps. I mean, jumps on that right hand of Gillespie. And as an officiating standpoint, Ravi, you officiate the defense first and from the ground up. And Pat Adams right on top of that call, just jumping on that right hand. Really well done.
Rick Barnes jumping into the ear of Gillespie, the senior, the transfer out of Maryland, who started his career at Belmont. Always wanted to come to Tennessee to play. And he's got big shoes to fill, of course, for Zakai Ziegler, and all he did here at Tennessee as a point guard. Over Akbar, a difficult shot, given his size. Abram lowered the right shoulder and then kissed it off the glass.
That is an assist, though, from Jalen Carey. A hustle assist, a screen assist, whatever you want to call it. Carey just clearing out traffic, Ravi. And drive to clear out. It's like a crowded interstate. Watch Jalen Carey. He's just going to be the plow horse out in front. And a really good job to just come right down on top of it, just following like a police car in that traffic. Good job of finishing by Amari Abram.
Big police car.
That's a really big police, more of a tank.
They trapped him, and that's a good timeout there by Ethan Berg. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 2:08 to go in half number 1.
Listen, we are too grown to let diabetes boss us around. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor sends your numbers straight to your phone. With the proper steps, you can do diabetes your way. And over time, you can bring down your A1C. This is progress.
Thoughts, Martin?
Oh, should have bought Dixie. These weak store brand plates are risky business.
Oh.
Next time, get Dixie Ultra Plates. 3 times stronger than the leading store brand. Dixie, make it right.
2:08 to go. SEC Tennessee leading the ACC Louisville by 8. And again, the big story coming into the game, the absence of Michael Brown, who is a presumed top 10 NBA draft selection. The freshman out with a bad back in the last game. They say he fell to the ground, was knocked to the ground a couple of different times, which aggravated his lower back. He walked through today's walkthrough, but he really walked through it.
Yeah, you could tell he was in a lot of pain, but he's got all the intangibles to be a pro. I mean, he wakes up with a plan every day. The only part of his game right now that needs to continue to develop is a three-point shot. Well, we saw him take it from the right wing and punch it on Arkansas with the left hand. Just some highlight plays, and he's got inside of him.
Terry sees a lane. He barreled over Rogers, threw it up. My goodness.
Rogers is thinking, well, what do I have to do?
I nearly got knocked out.
Well, you know what coaches are thinking, Ravi, when they come out of a timeout and Rick Barnes doesn't draw up a three-point shot for one of his guards. He draws up. We're going to continue to jackhammer the ball, as I call it, on the inside. And keeping Carey in that middle third just becomes a downhill force.
So Carey goes to the free throw line at 6'11" and 240. If you're Kobe Rogers, aren't you saying, like, wait a minute?
What? Yeah, what do I have to do? Kobe Rogers, though, is such a winning player for Pat Kelsey. Hurt his knee in the 2024 NCAA tournament at CFC with Pat, but just a selfless guy that gives Louisville a lot of courage in a lot of ways.
Really good job by Okpara initially to grab the offensive rebound, and then Woolley tied him up. The possession arrow favors Louisville. And the free throw shooting struggles continue for Tennessee tonight, Jimmy.
It could cost them again tonight, because as you and I keep talking about, it feels like everything's in Tennessee's favor. And you look up, it's a 6-8 point game, and just continuing to leave points on the table. Tennessee
Carries 2 of 6. The team is 3 of 9 from the stripe. Knocked out of bounds. And it'll stay with Louisville. Amari Abram, the transfer, he came in here. He's got some SEC experience, 77. He started his career at Ole Miss.
Ravi, this will be one of the 7 set plays that Pat Kelsey goes to. Anytime an official touches the ball, comes out of a dead ball, it's play call time.
There it was, and it was a 3, and it was Conwell in the corner.
Absolutely worked to perfection. If it's a live ball situation, they just play open or random and play concepts. And anytime the official touches the ball, he has 7 play calls that he goes to. Conwell sticks a big one from that far corner.
Big collision there. Shao says offensive foul. Rogers got run over again, and he's on the ground. I think they're going to call it on Amari Evans as they look at Rogers down on the ground. And Evans is coming out of the game with his foul. His third.
Yeah, Evans. Yeah, it was, I mean, certainly unintentional. I think coming down with that left foot right to the head area, right, of Kobe Rogers.
The last 2 trips down for Tennessee have been painful for Kobe Rogers. Carey mashed him, and now he gets stepped on by Evans, who was trying to avoid him after we ran him over. And with the Michael Brown injury as the starting point guard, and Rogers in effect his backup and the guy that's gotten the most minutes there, they could ill afford to have him go down. You know, UConn plays Butler tonight. You talk about Conwell, who's got 11 of the 27, a left-handed shooter. It reminds you a lot of Solo Ball, the guard for Connecticut.
Good, yeah. Watch right there. That's what you're looking at. That contact right there. It kind of looks like Evans tries to
After review, there's a common foul. It's an offensive foul. It'll be Louisville's ball on the baseline.
Well, that's the right call, a common foul. I mean, Evans just tries to run smooth through the defender, and that's going to get called every time. And then The kick at the head, nothing you can do about that. Evans just out of control. Looked like he was actually trying to catch Rogers initially. With all the no Brown and not shooting the ball great, Louisville on the road against a team, Tennessee, that came in a little angry, a little bit on edge, and they're hanging in here right now, just down 5 with over a minute to go.
Being carried by Ryan Conwell, the Pike High School grad out of Indianapolis, went back there, had 21 against IU, and he grew up attending a whole bunch of Louisville basketball games with his grandfather, who lived in Louisville, where his dad grew up. He always wanted to wear the Cardinals uniform, and he's become a stud. He's got the ball now. Akpara and the mismatch Berg, and that's out of bounds off of him.
With the confidence that Rick Barnes has in Akpara, switching out to take on the point guard. Just some special stuff, and Akpara has more than held his own. He's a long, tall guy, but talking about earlier, Nate and Mint learned to play low. Akpara plays low and with force as a perimeter defender.
5 on the shot clock, 1-on-1 game here. Woolley and Abram, 2 on the shot clock. Good defense, and they will not get it off.
Just ate them up, absolutely just ate them up, Tennessee did defensively. Ravi, it all started with that on-ball defender keeping his hips squared on the ball. And the shell drill for Tennessee is their oxygen every single day they go through it. And that square 'em up mentality is drilled day after day after day in this program.
Louisville averages 94 points a game, and they're sitting here with 27. As time is winding down in the first half. Drive with a left, pretty play. Ethan Berg impacting the game late.
Again, we're having another middle ball screen. Rick Barnes opened up the middle third of that floor.
Conwell's got 11, leading the way for Louisville with the ball. See if they set up a shot for him. Woolley step back, Akpara with a block. They got 1 second.
To my point about Akpara, I mean, how many cats are 7 feet tall and coach says, hey, switch everything out tonight? Guard that ball, challenge shots. Defensive clinic by Tennessee the last 2 possessions.
He's an athletic 6'11", like the guys in our studio. Talk about athletes. Huckabee, Greenberg,
especially Seth,
and Kevin Connors. The Jeep halftime report.
All right, Ravi, thanks very much. A Louisville team trying to make up for the 16 points and 5 assists Michael Brown gives them. And they're down just 7 at the half. Welcome in, Jeep halftime report. The aforementioned Malcolm Huckabee, Coach Seth Greenberg, Kevin Connors here. Louisville averages 13 made threes per game, only 4 in that first half. Huck, problem is Tennessee's only made 1.
Yeah, but if you're Louisville, you have to be happy. No Michael Brown. You will take how you ended and closed out this half. If you're Pat Kelsey, Michael Brown, they're a completely different offense with him on the court. I like what they did to close the half out. They shortened the game up, and they've forced Tennessee to become a perimeter jump shooting team. They have to do more of that in the second half.
Tennessee got stuck. They scored 11 points in the last 10 minutes. They've got to find a way to get some easy baskets, whether it's out of their defense, off deflections and getting out in transition, whether it's getting to the offensive glass, either scoring it or kicking it out. But they've got to find a way to play ahead of the defense, because if they don't, they absolutely get stuck in the half court. They've got to play with force, they've got to play with confidence, but they've got to play with some type of pace. On the other hand, you talk about Louisville, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. 55% of those shots are going to come from three-point line. You know, if they shoot it well, they're going to run you out. Now, they've grinded this thing out. They're a little bit better, 4 for 16, 25%. If they shoot 25% from the three-point line, as poorly as Tennessee can get stuck offensively, they're not winning this game.
Quad 1 opportunity for each of these teams. I think we all agree Tennessee could use it maybe a little bit more right now. 7-point halftime lead. Meantime, over on the ACC network, Duke home to Lipscomb. Blue Devils trying to get to 11-0. Huck, problem is Lipscomb came out guns a-blazing.
And the problem was 16 first-half turnovers for Duke, uncharacteristic. And credit Lipscomb, a team that shoots a lot of threes. They were excellent defensively. They created offense with their defense coach.
You play a game either during finals or after finals, the lack of attention to detail, you're loose with the basketball. They kept, in a lot of ways, Lipscomb in the game, although you have to give Lipscomb credit for the plays they made. But eventually what happens? They wear you down. 22-0 in second chance points. They dominated the paint. They started playing through Boozer. I love that short roll. He's so hard to defend in that short roll. He finishes at the rim. Boozer just decided to get to the block and take over the game.
Yeah, Coach, he is unguardable right there. If you don't double, he's going to score every time. But this is what I think makes him special. His court vision and basketball IQ, he makes the other guys around him better.
You were off, I think.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me.
Free at heart. Libre Fanny Couture, the new limited edition. Yves Saint Laurent.
Every year we come back here. The comfort, the joy, the table we've always shared. After all these years, it's still the same. Our home for the holidays since 1969. Merry Christmas from Cracker Barrel.
Don't let congestion take over. Afrin No Trip. Wow! Ridiculously fast nasal congestion relief. The wow is real. And now try new drug-free Afrin Saline.
For the perfect present, the perfect place is your local Ace. This Christmas, order online and we'll deliver same day, or have it ready for pickup in 15 minutes. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I wanted to attack the problem head on. I chose Nutrafol because it was drug-free, and I didn't want the side effects. My thicker hair gave a huge boost to my social life, and I really feel the best I ever have.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com/men.
Amica Insurance is proudly customer-owned. We know what keeps you going, and we work harder to protect it. Visit amica.com today.
With 4imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Force Factor Creatine Gummies build muscle and strength, improve recovery, and boost cognitive function. Why? Force Factor Creatine Gummies contain 5 grams of clinically studied creatine monohydrate in each delicious serving. Search Amazon now for Force Factor Creatine Gummies.
Welcome back to the Jeep Halftime Report.
Michigan State off to a 2-0 start in Big Ten play. A little tune-up tonight against Toledo. Kurt Tang has been electric off the bench.
That's great ball movement right there. Extra pass, and that's a great sign. Michigan State knocking down threes, Coach.
And throwing the ball to the right team. They had 18 turnovers against Penn State. Cole has become a weapon because his ability to step into the trail spot, knock down threes, and also has great footwork on the block. In transition, this is where they're very best. And Fears, the most efficient right now point guard in America. He's right there with Braden Smith.
Big East opener for DePaul and St. John's. Johnny's the defending Big East champs. They've got 10 points right now from Josan Sanin.
And they're getting contributions from everybody, Coach. They're a dangerous team, and they're a deep team, St. John's.
Someone, I'm looking at them completely. Please find a point guard.
They're looking. Meantime, second part of our ESPN 2 doubleheader tonight. No Darren Peterson when Kansas hosts Towson. The potential #1 overall pick, coach dealing with quad cramping.
When I listened to Bill Self after the game the other night against NC State, he said, let's get back home. Let's try to get these last 2 wins, have a good Christmas, and then we'll move on from there. And that's exactly what they're going to do, whether it's with or without Darren Peterson. All right, they've got to get through these 2 games, kind of take a step back and see where they're at. I think he's going to play eventually. And again, you're building the confidence of everyone else around him.
Well, I think they've done a good job, excuse me, the games they haven't played with him, figuring out a way to play. And I think this coach is going to be a long-term thing for him with the hamstring. You don't want to bring him back too early. Remember, we're not even in January yet. So I don't think they're going to rush him back, get him some rest, get him healthy, but I think the other guys are going to have opportunities to step up.
And they're going to play through Bedinga, is what they're going to do. Play through Bedinga. Melvin Council's more confident. The guy made 9 threes.
Exploded the other night, 36 in the overtime win against NC State and Flory Badunga.
Ah, there he is.
Indeed, the big fella in the middle for the Jayhawks. Feathery left-handed touch. Number 17 team gets Towson, 9 o'clock Eastern, ESPN2.
This halftime report is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
For an elf, the holidays are stressful, but Verizon's got a bonkers deal at a new Google Pixel 10. Gemini, when's our next train coming?
Right now.
Ah, nutcrackers. Gemini, where am I?
You're in a blender.
Okay. Time for elf care. Gemini, find me a massage, please. Oh, that was fast.
Get 4 Google Pixel 10 Pro XL on us. No trade-in needed. Plus 4 lines for $25 a line.
Toll House cookies, best cookies in the world. Are you sure you want to compare those to my Toll House cookies?
I bet mine's just as good, Coach.
It's on, kid. Crispy edge, soft center. Now that's Toll House. 100% real chocolate. That's Toll House too.
Because they're both Toll House sold, man.
Wow. Nestle Toll House. Magic in every...
Lazy sour cream, every bite gets better. Every dollop, every squeeze, every moment together. Mix it in, bring the fun. You can never get enough when you do a dollop of Daisy. Good food tastes better with a dollop of Daisy. Do a dollop, do a dollop, yeah. Everything tastes better with a dollop of Daisy.
If my mortgage lender used Agentforce, the powerful AI from Salesforce, a digital agent would have helped me pre-qualify before my dream house was sold. Well, how?
The buyer's lender used Agentforce.
Well, who's the buyer?
Hey, brah. Welcome to Casa de Wood.
Oh, jeez.
Morning, Mr. Harrelson.
Pool's open next week. Bathing suit optional.
Agentforce helps lenders prevent finance fiascos. It's what AI was meant to be.
This halftime report is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
Pandemonium in here. Unbelievable. This is what makes this sport so amazing.
The college football playoff first round begins Friday and continues Saturday.
We're inside of 72 hours now. College game day gets you started Friday night. From Norman, Oklahoma, want to match up Alabama and Oklahoma. Malcolm Huckabee, what must Pat Kelsey's team correct here in the second half?
They got to get Tennessee out of the paint. Tennessee dominated that first half, 28 points in the paint. They got to push their bigs out and then try to get out in transition. The only way you get out in transition is get stops. They got to get stops, but in particular, push Tennessee away from the basket.
If I'm Rick Barnes, I'm telling my team, we got to run them off the three-point line. The best way for us to defend the three-point line is to be efficient offensively. Be solid defensively, get stops, get out in transition, play ahead of that defense. Be efficient offensively so we can get back, set our defense, and run Louisville off that three-point line. That's Rick Barnes' message.
Efficient is getting the ball to Jalen Carey in that position. 7-point halftime lead. This has been the Jeep Halftime Report.
Oh, so you corporate types are rock stars?
Well, that's as ridiculous as rock stars being corporate types.
Workday's AI agents are making you all rock stars.
Sorry, habit. Proceed.
So that's a slide. Any questions?
And now with Workday, we can manage our people and AI agents. I'm sorry. Who are they?
Oh, interns.
We're interns.
Good night!
I'll see you tomorrow.
When expectations are high, there's no room for uncertainty. To maximize impact, your logo needs to look great, on the right gear, and arrive on time. And that starts with 4imprint. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Force Factor Creatine Gummies build muscle and strength, improve recovery, and boost cognitive function. Why? Force Factor Creatine Gummies contain 5 grams of clinically studied creatine monohydrate in each delicious serving. Search Amazon now for Force Factor Creatine Gummies.
I never considered myself an alcoholic, but drinking affected my job, health, and relationships. A powerful medication helped me take back control. Now I no longer feel the urge to drink, and the same pill that helped me could help you. Text TV to 710-710 to learn more.
When my hair started thinning, I didn't want to hear the wisecracks.
I was ignoring my hair because I was a full-time working mother.
but luckily I found Nutrafol.
My hair was getting stronger and thicker.
And I finally feel like myself again.
Back here in Knoxville, Tennessee, you're watching ESPN's Holiday Hoops, presented by Kay Jewelers. And this is the SEC on ESPN. With Jimmy Dykes here in Knoxville, Tennessee, all decked out for the holiday season. And the hometown Vols leading 34-27. You can make as many half-time adjustments as you want. There's no magic formula to spread something on somebody to have them grow, and the size differential has been the determining factor so far, but it's only a 7-point lead.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
But, you know, Rick Barnes has taken advantage of his strength on the inside, just pounding away, 28 paint points to 10. The thing about Louisville, though, right now, you got two guys in double figures, Conwell and Woolley, that are keeping them in the game. But Rick Barnes set the rules early, Ravi. He's going to hammer that ball inside, just like they did a year ago at Louisville. And until you can stop it, just continue to go with it if you're Rick Barnes. And Louisville has ridden the shoulders in the scoring of Ryan Conwell. Drove it, has had to work for his points. But if you're Tennessee and you can get Conwell and Woolley under control, you got a really good chance to end this 3-game losing streak. If you're Louisville, you're encouraged because you've hung in there on the boards. You're only being out-rebounded by 3. Another big factor for Tennessee, Ravi, they've only turned it over 4 times in this game.
Yeah.
So they're getting their defense set, not letting Louisville get out loose in transition.
Tennessee's gotten some big-time production from Carey, with Amen riding the pine with foul trouble. Carey 10 at the half. And we begin with Amen on the floor in the starting lineup with Dwayne Brown back in. He wears 6. Deflection out of the gate. You do wonder what's going on with Isaac McNeely, the great Virginia transfer. Scored 2 points in their win against Memphis on 2 free throws, and he was 0 for 3 in the first half.
Well, Tennessee's very aware of him. It came down to Tennessee and Louisville when he went in the portal. They know how good of a shooter he is, so they are switching out high on him. Tops blocking him some, making him work.
Gillespie 3 points in the first half, got bumped from behind, and that's a turnover. First 3, air ball. Von Hadley not productive in the first half. Hara double team, so he kicks it for a 3. Good one, and it looked good from jump.
A great read by Akpara, because he was in traffic and fired a fastball, a strike to Gillespie.
Lead grows to 10. Akpara showing his versatility, Jimmy, on defense, and a good pass there. Hadley, difficult shot, but it goes.
But again, if you're Tennessee, you're making Louisville do something, score in other ways than what they really want to do, and that's fire those 3-point shots, making 13 a game at a high clip.
Boswell got banged in the head in the first half. He's back on the floor. Foul. Ament will shoot 2. Taking advantage of the height that he has over McNeely.
Well, Akpara does a good job because he's surrounded with traffic, but this is going to be his 12th assist on the year. Look at all the black jerseys, but man, strong with the ball, clamps down on it, doesn't let those hot hands come in and get a rip. And just fires a strike to 0 in white.
McNeely picks up his second. Ament, the freshman out of Manassas, Virginia, 6'10", 207. One of the best freshman prospects in the country, but his shot has been off for most of the season. He's second on the team in scoring, and he is the highest rated recruit ever at Tennessee.
Well, Nate Ament is eat up with all kinds of talent, but he's also a little bit of an arm shooter. Rick Barnes working on him to drop that center of gravity and get his legs more into his shot.
Tennessee has missed 7 of their 11 free throws. That's 7 points. He left on the floor after missing those free throws. Conwell kicked, corner 3, not taken. And another penetration by Hadley to get it up and in. Hanging around by going inside to the paint. Good cut down low, and that is the size of Ament.
Yeah, he breaks off that stagger away. Instead of coming over the top of it, just wraps it. Exposes his numbers to the passer. And a pretty good physical play by Ament.
Conwell shot off left, rebound Ament. That's out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Tennessee.
Ravi, watch Amen. He's going to wrap this, stagger away. Watch the action as he comes off of, instead of coming to the top, he just cuts it off, and NASCAR cuts it, just turning to his right shoulder the entire time. And kind of a body blow basket for Nate Amen in this game, which shows growth from the last time we saw him.
Brown out, now Carey off that massive first half. He's into the game, 23 in white. Just a big, big body. Vanderbilt transfer. Amen gets it again, a huge advantage here with Conwell on him. So he goes up over him a little too strong. But Akpara grabs the offensive rebound and then threw it away.
Seldom will Tennessee feed the post if the post player is not in the paint. And I know they're trying to get an isolation for Nate Amen on that play, but Nate Amen was not in the paint with his back to the basket. And those are the type plays that Rick Barnes typically shies away from. He wants to whip you with feet inside that orange area. We all talked with Rick Barnes today about the three knocks that get you beat: not talking, not guarding, and not taking care of the ball. So those three knocks will get you beat at any level.
And lead to you not playing. McNeely finger roll from too far out. Rebound, Tennessee, but no. Out of bounds was Boswell, who was shaken up in the first half after getting whacked in the head. He looks a little tentative as he gets back up.
But Tennessee understand the threat that McNeely is. Ravi, McNeely has 30 made threes this year, only 7 made twos. So if you make 10 in black, do something off the bounce, you have done your job defensively.
Well, he's open and he's looking for that first one to go down. He doesn't take it. He will though. Conwell launches, no, but a whistle on the floor, and it's going to stay right here. Looks like they got that foul on Boswell, and that'll be number 1 on him.
And this will be a play call by Pat Kelsey. We talked about in the first half. Normally it's just random action, open, moving the ball, playing concept, but off of a dead ball, he has 7 play calls that he goes to, and probably a handful of baseline out of under as well. Talked about Rick Barnes being the co-lead right now for most wins for active coaches. If Pat Kelsey...
The previous foul is being appealed by the head coach for Tennessee.
Boswell pleaded his case, Jimmy, to William Covington, saying, I got hit in the head again, and yet you call it on us. So Rick Barnes got in the ear of both Covington and Shows. And to the chagrin of Kelsey, they're going to go to the monitor to check it out after Rick Barnes said, we want to take a look at this. So the 2 officials are looking at the monitor to see if, in fact, there was an elbow to the head of Bishop.
So, yeah, it is an appeal. Look on the right side of your screen. Yeah, Bishop Boswell takes that. That's contact by 13 in black to the face area. And you have a lot of trust if you're Rick Barnes right now to appeal this, because if he doesn't win the appeal, he's going to lose a timeout. And Bishop Boswell said, Coach, I'm telling you, the elbow got me in the face area.
Was it a regular basketball move?
Well, he's coming down to defend, and that offensive player, boom, right there, coming through to post up, but he's responsible for his elbows on this play. You can't judge intent from an officiating standpoint. You judge the action. He's obviously got hit on the side of the head. He's holding ice to it right now.
He missed a lot of minutes in the first half because he got hit in the head.
But my point about Pat Kelsey, if he doesn't overload, smoke come out of his ears from being overhyped, he could one day be in that conversation for the most wins among active coaches. He's that good.
Over the last 365 days, literally the last calendar year, Pat Kelsey's team is 30-4.
Following review, the call is a common foul, so therefore the coach from Tennessee loses a timeout.
Well, obviously Rick Barnes doesn't agree with the call, but I can see how they viewed it that way. The Louisville player posting up, coming through, but Ravi, in a close game, you've now lost a timeout and you're down to 2.
Pat Kelsey is pleading to get the game going again. Remember, their style is to move and play at a rapid clip. Louisville would like to slow things down. There is the call as Amen got run over.
Well,
he's in some pain.
Ravi, that's learning to play physical, although you're not a physical guy, because Nate Ament was trying to get clamped down, almost an elevator screen. But if he doesn't come with that type of force, he doesn't get this call. Watch Nate Ament. He's busting right through that elevator screen. Learning to play physical, although he's not physical. Again, another sign of growth for Nate Ament.
Pat Kelsey made us very aware they will run through every screen.
Yeah.
Be ready on defense.
Tennessee will, yeah,
yes.
no doubt.
Amen. Good pass cross court. Gillespie to the left. Lays it up and in. And Carey cleared space again.
It started with a physical screen by Akpara up top and a physical screen your own guy on the inside by Carey.
11's the largest lead of the night for Tennessee. Through. Wide open cross court. Good pass and a 3 is the bottom. And Adrian Woolley continues his scoring spree tonight. Right back the other way. And that time Akpara opened up the gate.
Tennessee just killing Louisville with what we call a Gortok screen. I've described it before.
Akpara.
Good gracious.
Both ends of the floor for big number 34 in white. Access denied on Conwell.
He came into this ball game, Akpara, with 208 blocks in his career. But he sealed off on one end and then sprints the floor. Erases an automatic 2 by Conwell. He's right there with the best of them, right, in the country. Look at that bottom line.
Conwell, yes, with Estrella now into the game. Akpara and Carey take a break.
And Conwell's an all-ACC guard. He is a load.
Boy, Gillespie tried it again, man. He is following these big bodies through the paint, including the new nickname for Mr. Aircraft Carrier. Space Invader.
All right, so let's get started.
Wave hello to Zane. He's king of the ping.
Hi, Zane.
For every one sentence spoken on a call, he has 3 comments, 2 memes, and 4 emojis to contribute. A flood of positivity during every single meeting.
Thanks, Zane.
But oh, how his passion for product management takes your team from level 0 to level Zane. You need Zane. Zane needs benefits. Work with Principal so we can help you help Zane with a retirement and benefits plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
Fairlife Chocolate Ultra Filtered Milk brightens all your holiday traditions. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a delicious taste, Fairlife makes any moment magical. Fairlife.
Santa, did you get my letter?
Oh, I'm not. Elf? Elf. I'm 6'3". You want your family to go to T-Mobile, where you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. Awesome cameras, epic display, right, Mrs. Claus?
Actually, I'm her much younger sister. Also, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch. Dude.
Yeah.
Not you.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
So what am I getting?
America's best network, kid.
What if she says no? You got this. Hi, Allie. Will you go to prom with me?
During the Subaru Share the Love event, we donate to charities like Make-A-Wish.
You wish for a prom?
I wish for a prom for you.
Get a great deal on a new Subaru, and Subaru will share the love.
PlayStation
Make it a StockX holiday. Skip the guessing and let them unbox exactly what they want this year with a gift card from StockX. They can find some of the best deals on the hottest releases and sold-out drops. Give the gift to StockX this holiday season. StockX, now you know.
Tennessee loves a fist fight that turns into a basketball game, but they set teeth-rattling, bone-jarring screens. Freeze it right there. Look at Akpara, man. He is completely wiping this defender out. So it gets Gillespie coming downhill. But Ravi, the action's all right here. Watch Jalen Carey. He's going to duck move and seal his guy off, and it is lights out for Louisville defense. Gillespie gets going downhill. Carey carves out space. And they just so physical, man. And Pat New coming in. My guys know what we're in for tonight. They're going to screen and screen again.
They struggled against a bigger Arkansas team, and they are struggling against a bigger Tennessee team. One of the top teams in the country. Gillespie, high arcing three, finds the net.
Out of the timeout. One of the few times in this game, the only time Rick Barnes out of the timeout draws up a three.
Lead back to 11. An open three is missed. Rebound, Amen, lost it. And Louisville has it in the paint and a layup.
Yeah, it's an area where Nate Ament's got to grow up. He had two hands on the ball, can't let it get stripped.
He now has a shot for three, and that's the net as well.
I'll turn it over and I'll make up for it.
12-point lead, largest of the night for the Volunteers. McNeely looking for his first, way off, and his struggles continue. It's a big trip down here and an open one for Bird. Yeah. Three consecutive trips with threes.
That is all Nate Ament finding that backside bomb at 6'10". You cannot take away his vision as a passer or a shooter. And a thumping going on right now in Knoxville.
The three ball, all of the signs. The bottom. Tennessee made one in the first half. They've got four this half, including three in a row to send us to a timeout. And the lead for the Vols has grown to 15.
Holiday season and all year long, Lowe's partners with local communities and our 26,000 veteran associates to bring hope to those who need it most. Plus, our everyday military discount helps veterans do more with less, because serving those who served us is how we make a lasting impact.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me.
Free at heart. Libre Rani Couture, the new limited edition. Yves Saint Laurent.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Fairlife Chocolate Ultra Filtered Milk brightens all your holiday traditions. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a delicious taste, Fairlife makes any moment magical. Fairlife.
Every year we come back here. The comfort, the joy, the table we've always shared. After all these years, it's still the same. Our home for the holidays since 1969. Merry Christmas from Cracker Barrel.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
Jimmy, Tennessee and Louisville have the exact same number of three-point field goals made tonight.
Oh, that's a problem for Louisville, because the balance that Tennessee plays the game with, Ravi, is exceptional. And to this point, Tennessee has taken 26 twos in the game and only 12 threes. So they got a really good balance in terms of how they see the game. But they have shot it at a high clip, man. 5 out of 12. When you consider Tennessee came in they only make 7 threes a game. They don't rely on it. But they get you now respecting that inside game, and now the three-point shot starts to open up for him. Now what a pass by Nate Ament going into the break with 6'11". You just can't take away his vision as a shooter or a passer.
Pryor and Roots into the game as Kelsey continues to try to find the right formula to slow this Tennessee team down. Buoyed by their three-point shooting here in the last couple of minutes.
And he's got to get McNeely going, and Conwell, 3 and black, got to continue to be hungry on this end of the floor.
A good switch that time by Estrella. And they have got great contributions from everybody that has played tonight, Tennessee.
Yeah, all 11 guys, right?
Yeah. Conwell spins to his left, and he brought it down, and he was fouled by either Boswell or Estrella.
I mean, one of the things that Tennessee's done great tonight defensively, they are talking to the ball. Like anybody behind the ball that's the secondary defender involved in the ball screen or in the gap, they are loud talking to the ball. And that's why Tennessee defensively, the last 5 years, they've been the number 5, number 3, number 1, number 3, number 3. They come in tonight, number 13. But the details aren't details, and talking to the ball is a huge part of a defensive team.
No doubt. Estrella was the man that picked up the foul. It was Brown who was also in on the action, but they signed it to him. It was his first. But Estrella, very productive minutes tonight. 2 missed free throws for Conwell and Louisville at the exact wrong time for that to happen.
Yeah, and does Louisville have the defensive chops right now to get, back-to-back stops and back-to-back makes and make this thing a game again?
They're going to get a foul out top. It's going to be against Conwell. And this year, Jimmy, you know that Rick Barnes had lost many of his foundational pieces who had been with the program for years. We're still in the non-conference part of the schedule. They're still trying to figure out who they are, knowing what the culture is here, aren't they?
Now, these guys haven't been through it. And Rick Barnes talked to me about that last week. And now you lose a Cade Phillips, who was kind of the torchbearer in terms of how we keep our culture going, and Cade will still be involved. But he has said all along, we're going to get better and better because of how young we are together. And he's not the only team in college ball built like that this year.
Estrella bodying up down low. Ament launches a 3 off to the right. And Conwell's going to get banged from behind. The official saw Covington, saw Brown bang into the back and send Conwell to the wood.
It just feels like a really important next 3 minutes for Louisville.
I think you're right.
They got to stop. And can they come down and get a basket and get another stop? That's what separates good from great, man, when you're facing adversity. And PK told us today, we have to lean on our beliefs when things go sideways, the building gets hot, and we're up against the battle. And that's exactly where they are right now. And their beliefs are, we play harder than you every night. The next 3 minutes is going to tell us a lot about Louisville.
Carey back into the game, and from behind, Estrella is going to pick up, I believe, his second foul here in the last minute. So Akpara quickly gets up off the bench.
Estrella needs to stay out of foul trouble, because when that dude's on the floor, he's producing at a high clip. 11 points, 5 rebounds, just 13 minutes a game. He's got to stay healthy, got to stay out of foul trouble.
Tennessee came into tonight having lost 3 in a row. The last time they lost 4 games in a row was in Rick Barnes' first year over a decade ago, back in 2015 in year 1 for Rick Barnes here on Rocky Top.
He hasn't been in the best of holiday moods the last 9 days. How about Kenai Ruth, 6'10", 210 on the free throw strike?
Yeah.
He was also an ice skater when he was a kid growing up in the DVM area, the DC area. I think that's pretty cool.
Deflected, and the hustle. McNeely still cannot get it to go. And that's on your ice skater. Nearly threw it down, but he threw it over the basket.
And those are the ones McNeely normally do. He just does not miss.
A lot more pressure being applied by Louisville now. They're doubling everywhere they can.
But you got to change the game as a coach. You got to do something to flip the game and come up with just some type of a 2 or 3 minute stretch that gets you back in this thing. And that, to your point, that's exactly what Pat Kelsey's trying to do right now. Getting hyper aggressive on the defensive end, and they only have 3 team fouls, so they continue that.
Wooley's got 17 and Conwell has 13. No one else has more than 5, and they really need McNeely, who is a terrific and is a terrific shooter, to find that stroke. Carey. He gets fouled.
So the game starting to clamp down just a little bit on Tennessee. And what does Rick Barnes do? He had 2 guys posting up.
Yeah.
He had 4 feet in the paint. 4 feet in the paint. Dual options to go to on that low block. Just muscle ball right now by Tennessee.
Okpara was down there, and this guy, the aircraft carrier, who is having a night to remember, knocking down that free throw. Redshirt sophomore, 6'11" of Carey, and no good. Tipped up, no good. He gets another board. Gillespie way downtown. No. Another offensive rip. And Boswell soft touch.
Faster, stronger, and definitely more determined to the ball was Bishop Boswell.
The game in a nutshell right there. Conwell, deadly.
Boy, he can stroke it, can he not? And Pat Kelsey said, I think I got the best guard in the portal. And there's a strong case to argue that point. Horrible pass.
Yep, and behind the back, in good hands, Boswell. Right to Woolley. That's an assist for Boswell on a hustle play.
If Rick Barnes hadn't used that timeout in the appeal, he'd probably be calling one right now. But because he's down to 2, you have to play this thing out to the next media timeout. What's behind?
Amen money. He's knocked down his last couple of threes.
And how about the feel of Jalen Carey, he's a bulldozer in the middle of the floor of the ball, but boy, good vision and good feel and awareness of where Nate Ament was.
McNeely with a man on him. Nowhere to go. No good. Corner 3 out of bounds off Tennessee with 11:23 to go, which means we are taking a break.
Watch Jalen Carey. He's all of 6'8", 265 probably. Handles that ball, but he knows Nate Ament loves that, what we call the Houston slot, that 45-degree, just sit and wait.
Tell a joke. I think I'm getting a divorce.
I guess we just slowly grew away from each other.
I've been doing stand-up. Is it like a hobby? Well, I'm not about to quit my job and go on tour. It's something I look forward to.
We stopped having each other's backs.
I was unhappy in our marriage. I wasn't unhappy with our marriage. Man, I wish I had a punchline.
Is this thing on? Rated R.
With Daisy sour cream, every bite gets better. Every dollop, every squeeze, every moment together. Mix it in, bring the fun. You can never get enough when you do a dollop of Daisy. Good food tastes better with a dollop of Daisy. Do a dollop, do a dollop, yeah. Everything tastes better with a dollop of Daisy.
'Twas the night before Spriteness when Answer Cloth came. Sprite Winter Spice Cranberry was the name of his game, and they heard him exclaim as he peeked out of sight.
Merry Spritemas to all, and to all a good Sprite.
The Tempur-Pedic Breeze makes sleep feel cool. So no more sweating all night or blasting the air conditioning. Because the Tempur Breeze feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. Find cooler sleep with the Tempur Breeze collection at an Ashley near you.
Record
Yeah, still holding. If my AC company had Agent Force, the powerful AI from Salesforce, an AI agent would have flagged the issue and automatically helped me find someone to service it. What?
Wow, you are moist.
Well, how'd you get an appointment?
Dude just magically showed up.
Agent Force, sir. Huh? Oh.
Sorry, dude, cold air's getting out.
Agent Force helps manufacturers prevent appliance defiance. It's what AI was meant to be.
For the perfect present, the perfect place is your local Ace. This Christmas, get free assembly and delivery on your new grill at Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why is La Roche-Posay recommended by dermatologists worldwide? Highly effective skincare. La Roche-Posay Face Moisturizer. More than just a moisturizer. Helps repair skin barrier in just 1 hour. 48-hour hydration. La Roche-Posay.
The IS-4S Salute to Veterans Bowl is next here on ESPN. Cam Cook, the nation's leading rusher for Jacksonville State. Kickoff coming your way, top of the hour, and Coach Melvin Council off a career night.
9 made threes, 36 points. He is now the heart and soul of the Kansas Jayhawks, with Darren Peterson out for an extended period of time.
Towson in the fog tonight. Ravi, it'll tip 9 o'clock Eastern, ESPN 2.
All right, KC, happy holidays to all of you back in the studio here. It's been a celebration for Tennessee and their style of play tonight.
Now look at Nate Amen in the second half, showing all the NBA scouts and 5 general managers why he's worth taking in the top 10 of that draft. And Ravi, we could set a record this year. That freshman class is so good. The first 10 picks in the next draft could be all true freshmen, which would be the best we've had all time. I believe we've had
2 seconds, Jimmy, for Pryor's three. He didn't get it off.
Yeah, you knew it. He did not know it. Coming out of a timeout, you've got to know, man, what's going on. Kason Pryor, since he's dyed his hair blonde, 3 out of 3 from the three-point line.
Makes sense, doesn't it, to some degree? The NIL, you can get paid for the best players in the country to go to college, get a year under your belt in these great programs, and then go to the NBA and get paid more.
Yeah.
Third shot clock violation for Louisville.
And Louisville trying, you can see, just trying to get something off of their defense to crawl back into this game.
Akpar at 5 on the shot clock. Where are we going with it? Boswell, he's going to have to fire it up. They didn't get it off.
The only good thing offensively out of that possession for Tennessee, they did not have a live ball turnover. Because they got nothing on that thing working, no threat to score.
They took 30 seconds off the clock.
They did do that.
Leading by 15.
They did do that.
Half full kind of guy here.
Sometimes there's a difference in running offense and trying to score. And that time Tennessee was just kind of running offense.
Bigger picture, I mean, Louisville's got to be concerned about teams that have multiple big guys, like we've seen tonight, like we saw it for Arkansas, and they obviously are missing Michael Brown tonight. They need McNeely to find that stroke again. And they're going to get a call against Boswell.
Well, Ravi, to your point, I mean, Pat Kelsey has 1 loss, and Arkansas was a more physical, tougher, stronger team that night. He's hoping his guys have learned from it. But you even go back to the Cincinnati win. Louisville beat Cincinnati 74-64, but Cincinnati really bothered them. They blew up all the dribble handoffs. They were the more physical team, and that's the area of growth for Louisville before they get into ACC play.
How do you do that if you don't have those guys?
Yeah, again, you have to be physical, but you got to play physical.
Fire can't get one in the paint to go. Carey picks up another rebound. Gillespie at the point, 3 assists, 3 turnovers for the Vols tonight. Good pass down low, and no. Carey hangs with it, and he will get fouled.
Again, he is so good at getting his own miss. Again, that Gortok screen, Gillespie gets downhill off of it, and Carey just is like trying to get around a double wide.
Jimmy, a great women's college basketball matchup Thursday night, 7 Eastern time, ESPN2. And you can see it on the app as well. Number 3, South Carolina against South Florida in Tampa.
You know who's good in women's basketball besides South Carolina? Tennessee and Louisville, two of the 9 teams in the country right now that both their men and women are ranked inside the top 25.
Yep.
Jeff Walsh is a heck of a coach at Louisville. A big win over the weekend, I think, at North Carolina.
Kelsey said, Walsh has Viking status.
Yeah, he's a Viking. He put him in the same group with Bob Huggins,
yes.
Tom Izzo. Who else was in there?
Bill Self was in there.
Yeah, Bill Self was in there. Rick Barnes in his own way, a Viking.
Dan Hurley, who doesn't necessarily have the
yes.
experience, but he's got Viking status. You want to explain what that means?
Well, it just means you're at the point in your career where you really don't care. you just say what you want, and you coach how you want to coach.
But it comes with earning it.
Yeah,
in some way.
It does. Pat Kelsey right now, he's just more of a Vic. He's a VIK. He hasn't finished off the whole fight, but he's got a chance someday if he just doesn't blow his own gas.
He's missing the king. 14-point game, 10 minutes to go. Akpara from the free throw line, no good. He chases down that offensive rebound, and the possession arrow is the Cardinals.
Louisville, such a great basketball job. I coached in Kentucky for a couple of years and got a good feel for that rivalry and what that game of basketball means to that city. Pat Kelsey knows he's got, I think, the 3rd largest arena to play in, 22,090, the KFC Yum Center. This one we're in tonight is the 5th largest, 21,000, but he really challenged his fan base for the Memphis game to show up and show out, and they responded.
And he mentioned them. He gave them credit.
He sure did.
He knows how fortunate he is to be in the position he's in.
It's one of the top 10 jobs in college ball.
And always one of the highest television ratings. Yeah, a late screen set, and Frew got called for it. Abram absorbed a big body blow there.
Yeah, you got to set physical screens, but within the rule, he just ran smooth over it. Amari Abram.
Frew picks up his 2nd. He's been quiet most of the night. The release foul is Akpara.
If Tennessee just stays spread, they're going to get a good look.
Gillespie all the way to the top, and a 3-ball.
Yeah.
Net. What a good look from Gillespie.
I said that because Louisville's trying to double team the ball. So if they just stay spread and keep it moving, at some point, putting 2 on the ball is going to get exposed.
Conwell, no good. It's a 17-point lead and a very dangerous part of this game for Louisville. Block is called. 2 free throws coming up for Abram.
Back to the last possession. Louisville, they got to do something to scramble the game, so they're putting 2 on the ball. And anytime you do that, just spread the floor out and keep the ball moving, and someone's going to be wide open. A good job of grabbing that paint and the fill up top by Evans, who I think he's going to be a heck of a player down the line. That's his first career 3-point shot. He's getting playing time because he's a physical kid. He's got a good voice. He gets on the glass. And with Cade Phillips done for the year, his minutes are going to grow.
They talked about him perhaps being a 4, saying Barnes about Amari. Done well every game, rebounds, plays with energy. And if they go small, keep an eye on Amari Evans, the freshman out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Conwell, who's been the scoring star in the game, has to go to the bench with 4 fouls. So the nightmare that has been Louisville's tonight continues and gets worse with that news.
Amari Evans was the 2-time overtime elite defensive player of the year. One of the main reasons Rick Barnes recruited him.
Yep. Where'd he go?
Overtime elite.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys are coming from everywhere these days. I mean, Louisville, and rightfully so, they have a guy on the bench tonight that they signed from the G League who's just going to practice for the rest of the year and be ready to roll next year.
Yeah.
And you just adapt or you get left behind.
Brad Underwood has another guy that is coming in and is going to be playing very soon. One player left the team and another import is going to play for the team. And Belic, is that what his last name was? Brad Underwood.
Yeah, he lost an international guy and gained one the next day. It's London Johnson, G League player for Louisville. That Pat Kelsey's brought in. Yeah, he looks like a player.
Evans, boy, did he get up in the air to shoot that one.
One of the better athletes that he has. He's played a total of 49 minutes through 10 games coming in.
It's 19. Frew made up his mind to go to the basket and couldn't get it to roll in. Gillespie, and he will get fouled, and frustration for Louisville. That will take us to a timeout, and Louisville's dug themselves a massive hole, 67-48. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by K, the official partner of couples who love the game.
This is a meal. We're talking tender steak. We're talking cheesy. We're talking dipping in a dip-sized soup. Well, get a dip of that. Ciabatta dippers are back. It just feels good at Panera.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Travel can be a nightmare. Luckily, you rented your car on Turo. Skip the rental counter with Turo. Rent just about any car, just about anywhere.
Tender love and care makes life worth living.
You feel that? A Monday night gift wrapped in pressure. Feeling Purdy packing presents for the red and gold. And McCaffrey looking to light up the scoreboard. Feeling Jonathan Taylor and the Colts trying to charge down the stretch.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Feeling season's greetings and seasons on the line. Feeling all the feels for 49ers Colts. Monday at 8 on ABC, ESPN, and Disney+. Also streaming on the ESPN app.
Force Factor Creatine Gummies build muscle and strength, improve recovery, and boost cognitive function. Why? Force Factor Creatine Gummies contain 5 grams of clinically studied creatine monohydrate in each delicious serving. Search Amazon now for Force Factor Creatine Gummies.
And this is an important step for all our employees.
Blah, 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 blah.
Certain you're a mule?
Yeah. Are you for imprint certain?
Oh boy.
Certainty matters. So when you need the right high-quality promotional products, printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time, that's the certainty of 4imprint. Wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team by visiting 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
When my hair started thinning, I wanted to attack the problem head on. I chose Nutrafol because it was drug-free, and I didn't want the side effects. My thicker hair gave a huge boost to my social life, and I really feel the best I ever have.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com/men.
NCAA women's volleyball semis are Thursday night here on ESPN. It's not a misprint. There's no Nebraska up there. A&M beat them. They will meet Pitt at 6:30 Eastern, then Wisconsin, Kentucky. Winner goes for the national championship Sunday at 3:30 Eastern time on ABC. The SEC flexing in the volleyball world right now.
Yeah, a good weekend for Kentucky. They got a win that matters against a good, not a great Indiana team. And maybe Mark Pope's guys have found their identity going forward. They cannot be a finesse team. They're going to have to be a defensive dog, fight, scratch, get on the glass. Diabate certainly helped in that area. They have a big one coming up Saturday against St. John's down in Atlanta.
Big one.
And two teams that have underwhelmed us so far that were both in the preseason top 10. St. John's is hanging on by a thread right now. But good weekend for Wildcat fans with the volleyball team advancing to that Final Four. That is must-watch once you get to that point. I love that women's volleyball championship stuff.
Largest deficit of the year for Louisville. Year. The biggest problem has been their inability to knock down threes. McNeely is way off again. Try it again. No, they'll move it around. They've just missed 3 consecutive threes, and now they pick up a foul.
Right, there's been a lot of deep threes taken by Louisville in this game. I bring that up because that's what Tennessee does. They fly around with a, like a violent attacking the ball off that three-point line. Almost a third of the opponent's threes this year against Tennessee have been from the 25-foot mark or beyond.
Yeah.
That's how good and long and forceful they are guarding that three-point line.
Hadley picks up his second. Dwayne Brown out of Hoover, Alabama, will miss the free throw. Brown got the start tonight in the absence for the rest of the season of Phillips. You wonder if perhaps Carey is going to see some minutes as a starter, given his performance tonight. McNeely got set that time, and he hit iron again.
Every three from McNeely, with the exception of one, has had a Tennessee hand high bothering his vision. I talked about it early against Louisville. You always close out fast and high, not a short closeout and low. A fast closeout and high. Tennessee's been excellent at it.
He made 5 3-point field goals against Indiana. He's in danger of going back-to-back games without a 3. And it's not for lack of shooting. And the turnover for Louisville is Sananda Frew has been frustrated.
Big one Saturday for Texas Tech. Arkansas got a good neutral court win against Grant McCaslin's team on Saturday. Madison Square Garden. We know Duke's the real deal. We know Michigan and Arizona look like the best 2 teams in college basketball right now, but nipping at their heels, man, are the Duke Blue Devils. And Cameron Boozer is the main reason why. And he's the odds-on favorite to be the National Player of the Year right now, followed by Braden Smith and Yaxel Lindenborg from Michigan. But that guy's he's got a tight grip on it. I don't think he's gonna let go of that over the next 3 months.
See what Cooper Flagg did last night.
42.
42, first 18-year-old to eclipse the mark of LeBron James, who scored 37 as an 18-year-old, so he's in the record books.
How about the Duke fan base, man? They go from Cooper Flagg to Cameron Boozer.
Flagg's 19th birthday is like 5 days from now, his 19th birthday. He, of course, like J.P. Estrella, used to play against each other in Maine. And Flagg had a chance to play on all the great AAU teams, but he would go head-to-head with that guy, who's 3 years his senior. And there's a YouTube highlight of Flagg going baseline with kids all wearing the masks, and he jammed it right over Estrella, who's as familiar with Flagg's expertise in basketball as anybody. But those two are incredibly proud of their home state of Maine, and 2 of the best basketball players the state has ever produced, Cooper Flagg and J.P. Estrella. And you can see as Estrella's getting healthier and healthier, he is an impact player for Tennessee this year.
Just 3 games last year before season-ending foot surgery.
No good for Conwell. There's a box out, and they're going to keep it right here. It is the very physical Evans again getting called this time.
Cooper Flagg reclassified, or he would be also in this year's freshman class. Amazing.
Evans is fouled out of the game, so Carey is going to come in for him after the first free throw.
I wonder if we'll have one of those top 10 projected freshmen say, hey, I'm going to stay and come back another year, and as opposed to being taken 9th or 10th. I'm going to make my $3 or $4 million in NIL one more year and look at being taken first or second. That's how deep this freshman class is, Raph. Not saying it'll happen, but there could be some thought to it at some point.
We wouldn't have had this conversation 5-6 years ago.
No.
It's changed the entire world of college basketball. Certainly worthy of consideration. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's very much a mirror of what happened with baseball and college. A lot of the kids that would go and just join the minor leagues have opted to go to the programs that are premier in this country because of their facilities, the competition, the nutrition, and the money. Not necessarily in that order either.
Tennessee now, what, 5.5 minutes away from a really good win for them and the SEC. But think about the difference this year to last year for this league. Last year, this same week, last year in the SEC, they had 5 of the top 7 teams ranked in the AP poll, and Tennessee was sitting there at number 1. They had 5 of the top 7. This year, right now, this week, I think their top-ranked team is number 13. So the legit national champion threat I don't see yet in the SEC like I do in the Big 10 and the Big 12. And I throw Duke in there as well. Gonzaga out on the West Coast.
UConn,
yeah, no question, UConn. But I do see, 9, 10, maybe 11 teams out of the SEC that are going to work their way into that NCAA tournament. Just not on that top 1 or 2 or 3 seed line like they had a year ago. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does, which means the regular season may be more competitive. And the idea that Vanderbilt has become a thing athletically in like every sport is really a thing in 2025, moving into 26. And Mark Byington and what he's done with the Commodores. What did Nicola 30 the other night?
Yeah, they are the real deal. I saw them in Atlanta. So they can score like they're breathing. And another team in the SEC that does that is the Georgia Bulldogs. Mike White's got a really good team. I think they're second in the country in points per game. But Danny's averaging 95. Georgia's averaging 98.
Well, you got to credit too. Without Michael Brown in the game, which is a story we've talked about a lot tonight, the idea that they score almost 100 points a night. They have 51 with 4.5 minutes. The defense of Tennessee and the challenge on all those threes played a big role in their inability to make them.
It has been a defensive clinic at times by Tennessee with a huge lineup on the floor.
Yeah.
Rick Barnes has said, I don't care. We're still switching 1 through 5. I'm going to hold you accountable. Don't be low. Talk to the basketball from behind it and get up on guys. And, man, have they answered the call. I'm not so sure Rick won't say this is his best defensive performance of this season so far. And Louisville came in having the second-best offense in the country right behind Purdue.
Okpara was the 3rd option on the out-of-bounds play, and he knocks down the foul line jumper. 6 of 30, Louisville from three-point line. 6 of 30. I'll tell you this, too, we talked about Okpara. He's a unique defender. You mentioned how often Barnes was comfortable to have him on a guard and a three-point shooter. He's not a wide body.
No.
Can't move 6'11" guy.
Yeah, but he's extremely long, and he knows how to play low in a defensive stance, and he can really move his feet. And he sees the game so well as a defender. The back line of the defense. We didn't see this coming, did we?
No, but we have definitely proven ourselves to not be great at seeing what's coming.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
After 40, our skin needs more than just a bsic moisturizer.
Revitalift Triple Power. 3 key anti-aging ingredients in 1 cream. Visibly reverses up to 10 years of...
From Little Caesars. It has delicious breadcrumbs on a cheese-stuffed crust that make it, what's the word?
It's crunch-tastic.
You read my mind, kiddo. Get the lowest price in stuffed crust for only $9.49. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal.
I thought Verizon was pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal today.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold or Flu Fizzy Chews. Chew, fizz. Feel
Feel better fast. No water needed. Alka-Seltzer Plus Fizzy Chew.
At Burger King, you write the rules of value.
New rule number 82. Everyone gets what they want. Now we choose the deal. So I get exactly what I want, and so does the Picky Princess.
There's something for everyone with the $5 duo or $7 trio.
Don't worry, Shaq. The General gives you a break, whether it's on your car insurance
or a break from your car acting up.
My leg! Come on and help me. We got you covered, Bumblebee.
Oh, my hero.
For a great low rate, go with the General.
Kevin Connors in studio. If you're looking for college football, it's underway right now on ESPNU. The IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl. Jackson State and Troy. Ravi, you'll see it here after we go final in Rocky Top.
Thank you very much, Kevin. We appreciate it. 75-53. As we went to break, we talked about our inability to be great prognosticators. I mean, you know, you pull the curtain back, we go to shoot-arounds every morning, day of game. You see both teams, and you figure maybe you get a feel for how what they're doing during the morning may relate to how they played that night. It's like never works.
It doesn't. I mean, Rick Barnes at the end of the shoot-around looked at us and said, I don't know. I think we're prepared. I think we've gotten better the last 9 days of practice. And the game starts and you find out, and Pat Kelsey has found out again that when the game gets real physical, they're just not quite there yet.
And you become creatures of the game you're watching, you know, creatures of the moment. Tonight, Tennessee looks like they have all the ingredients for another deep run.
They do.
McNeely. There you go, right in front of the bench.
Yeah, finally, you can see when it comes off his hand, it looks like it's going in every time.
That looked like it went out of bounds off Ament, and it does.
Just you see 2 or 3 plays in this game that Nate Ament still just not strong enough, tough enough, determined enough with that basketball. But we have seen growth from where we saw him against Illinois.
We have.
Till tonight. And that's a good sign for Tennessee.
That one went off the leg of Conwell. Good hands by Carey to reach in.
Well, if you look at the Louisville shot for the year, heavy on the threes and heavy on, watch out. He is so good at that. Talking about Bishop Boswell making the pass, but Akpara making plays out of that dunker spot. And Louisville just couldn't get anything at the rim tonight. Tennessee stayed in front of that basketball, and you guard the ball, you guard the three. And watch Akpara, 34 and wide. He's just going to settle in, good timing, doesn't get in a hurry, very patient on the weak side of the floor, points where he wants the ball, and boom, Boswell. Not an easy pass to make to that opposite side of the rim, and Boswell does it to perfection.
Tennessee's points in the paint, Jimmy, 40-28. The bench points are the one that you could circle. It's Tennessee 34, Louisville 1. 34-1, the bench is outscored Louisville. Carey does it again. Wow! Man, Thunder Road for Akpara. That's how you feel good in the last 3 minutes if you're Tennessee. Woolley denied. Akpara, man amongst children right now.
Now this Akpara is a difference maker around the rim. Again, just out that dunker spot. There's Carey, facilitator, big to big. And watch Akpara, the timing to go up the long reach, because he had to come a long ways to get that ball. And you can see the confidence of Felix Akpara growing in this game.
Well, unfortunately for Pat Kelsey and Louisville, they have seen a couple of these players who you knew have the potential to be really good, if not great, have those games against them.
Yeah.
Trevin Brazil did it for Arkansas, and he's continued with that arch. And Akpara tonight is having one of those games.
Ravi said it earlier, Louisville came in averaging 94 points a game. And they're struggling to get to 60 right now. Louisville also came in with an average offensive possession length of just under 15 seconds. The 11th fastest tempo in the country, but they have been put in, Louisville, a lot of long offensive possessions tonight because of how good Tennessee's defense has been.
Oswell will try. That's too strong. And it goes out of bounds. Sunday, we go to see Ole Miss and NC State. Two teams that had promise. Obviously, NC State with Will Wade now running that program. Given his success at rebuilding programs, you assume in time it will get there. Surprising start for Ole Miss.
It will. They're defensively, they're not what Will Wade is used to having right now. They had a great chance to beat Kansas, who was without Darren Peterson for the most part of that second half. And Melvin Council Jr. rose up. But to your point, Ole Miss has not performed like even Chris Beard thought they would at this point. And you expect both those teams to come in with a fierce, big chip on their shoulder before you head to Christmas break. Game's in Greensboro, right?
Yep.
That's where I'm going.
You should go there.
Okay.
If this game had gone poorly, I would have told you that it was in Charlotte. But no, it's going to be in Greensboro. I need you there.
Okay. The ACC right now, Duke and Louisville. After tonight, you got to give the edge to Duke, where we are right now in December. But North Carolina looks like an NCAA tournament team.
Talk about freshmen in North Carolina.
Yeah. Caleb Wilson, he plays as hard as anyone I've seen in college ball this year, and it's every single night. But the ACC they've taken a step up this year. Got a chance to get 7 or 8 teams in. We already talked about the SEC's not what they were. The two leagues that are leading the charge right now, the Big 10 and the Big 12.
The top of the Big 12 is
ridiculous.
You talk about national title contenders?
Yeah. They could have, the Big 12 could produce a couple of #1 seeds and a #2 seed and maybe a couple of #3 seeds. That's how good they are at the top half of that league. I believe in all 5 of those teams. I think you're going to have a couple of potential #1 seeds. Right now, Iowa State and Arizona are in that conversation. If Kansas does get completely healthy, they can beat anybody. We know about the Houston Cougars. DeBanza is much watched TV this year, but
how about Nebraska's win over Illinois? Nebraska's 11-0. Their best start in program history. And that was their first win over a ranked team since, what, 1991?
Yeah. They've never won Nebraska an NCAA tournament game. That could very well change this year. Another team that's a real factor in the Big Ten. Rink Mast and Price Sanford are a problem for Nebraska. 6'10", 6'7". They both make threes, about 17 points a game. Like I said, the product of college basketball right now, Ravi, between the lines, is as good as we've seen in a long time. We're in for one heck of a January, February, and March.
Oh, there you go. Big fella. Zufris with the flush.
A guy that Pat Kelsey signed in the offseason because he wasn't sure about the return of Cason Pryor, but he's a big, strong lad. And a guy that could find his way to get more minutes because he has that physicality that Louisville lacks right now.
6'8", 240.
Yeah.
Difference between the two teams, though, is the 6'8", 240 when you match them up against Okpara and Estrella and even Amen. 6'11".
Yeah.
And Leapers. That's off to the left. And we're under a minute to go. Tennessee will not lose 4 games in a row, so Barnes doesn't have to worry about the record book in his first year here. And a good win, and another one of those sort of sobering losses for Louisville as to how we're going to solve the challenge of a bigger, more physical team.
Both teams were chirping at each other in pregame warm-ups, and it felt intense. Building was going to be hot, and Tennessee just knocked Louisville in the nose right off the bat.
Carey just picked up his 10th rebound. That gives him a double-double tonight, 12 points and 10 rebounds. And an all-around very good game for the Volunteers of Tennessee. As the clock winds down, they win it by a final score of 83-62.
Well, that's Tennessee's wheelhouse, man. A boxing match that turns into a basketball game.
For our producer, Matt Bartley, our entire crew, I'm Carl Ramich, wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl up next, right now,